studying psychology. Now, I know I don't look like your typical student. The typical PhD student goes into university when they leave school, before they've even had sex. And then, in their mid-20s, they come out and they're a doctor with a lot of letters after their name, and they know everything about life in theory, and not a lot about it in fact. I'm different. First of all, I'm not in my mid-20s, or my mid-30s, or my mid-40s, or my mid-50s. That's not the point. The point is, I lived my life first. I had the highs and the lows, the love, the marriage, the child, the divorce, the joys, the tears. I had it all. And then from the vantage point of maturity, I looked back in my life and I said, what the fuck was that all about? I decided to find out. I unplugged my Hoover, I folded my ironing board and I took off my marigolds and I said, Alice, you are going to become a psychologist. So I started studying. But it didn't take me long to realise that everything psychologists think they know about human nature can be reduced to just 4 words. It's your mother's fault. Whatever's wrong with you, your mother's to blame. You suffer from anxiety? Oh, your mummy didn't love you enough. You're a narcissist? Ooh, your mummy loved you too much. You're gay? We won't even go there. You're an anxious narcissist. You. Your mummy's love was inconsistent, and that's why you're a mess. Now, some people blame Freud for this tendency to blame the mother. After all, it was Freud who said, all women are neurotic. They suffer from penis envy. Penis envy. What a load of bollocks. But things have moved on a bit from Freud. We don't really pay much attention to him now. Following the classic research by lads, chaps and fellows, we now blame Freud's mother. But actually, misogyny is endemic in our culture. You just need to look at page 3. No, not page 3 of the Sun, page 3 of the Bible, Adam and Eve. Adam was created first, then Eve was created. Eve was created so that Adam would have someone to love, so that Adam would have someone to bear his children, but most of all, so that Adam would have someone to blame. Eve hadn't even been created for 24 hours when she was blamed for the fall of the whole of humanity. Mind you, at that time humanity consisted of 2 people, but even so, ever since then, mothers, daughters, wives have been blamed for everything. And psychology just adds to that myth. Now, I think the time has come to challenge this. Are you with me, girls? Yeah! When you blame your mother, it's sexist, it's reductionist, and it is so wrong. It's your father's fault. I was explaining this to a young woman called Katerina from Clackmannanshire. And I said, look, Katerina, take my husband Louis. And she did. I open my heart to you and you mock. You get that trait from your father. Now I'm a researcher, and I knew I was going to do the Bright Club, so I thought, well, I'll go and I'll research what is current in comedy, what the young folks are talking about. So I went to a comedy club in London, and half the performers were women. Yay! I was really pleased. And what were they all talking about? Their vaginas. What is that all about? I was mortified. You'd never find me on a stage talking about vaginas. Well, in my day, girls didn't even know they had a vagina. It's true. Until their wedding night, when their new husbands, those intrepid explorers, they discovered it. They hammered their stake into that virgin territory and claimed it as their own. Listen, girls. That's what your husband's supposed to think. Okay? Now, actually, I digress. I'm not actually studying psychology of sexuality or anything like that. I'm actually studying psychology of religion. And you may say, well, what does religion have to do with vaginas? And with that wholesome thought, I'll say goodnight.